Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson with AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Ohayocon 2023 with my good pal, Mr. Cody Marcum. How you doing?
Fantastic.
Alrighty, my friend. How'd you get started with the organization here at Ohayocon?
I started way back when in 2009 as first I was a gopher before they grabbed me and was like, oh, no, you're staff now.
Yeah.
Gopher being just an AtCon volunteer who just shows up and doesn't know what they're doing, and that was exactly me. I had never been to a convention before. I got dragged there by a friend of mine, and I was like, you know what, staffing sounds fun. Sure, I'll give it a try. I was in high school, and then they ended up putting me on an autograph team, and it's all history from there.
Yeah, because that's wrapping into the question too. That's actually how you and I met. We were both gophers. We both worked really hard. And now we're both in these positions of working with the guests, working with the convention. So I think the message that we both kind of want to give is like, take your time, put some effort into it, give it 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever the con asks, and you may end up being in the positions you and I are in. So just, you never know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's been a lot of, it's been a very long road to get to this point, but it's been, a very, very rewarding one.
Right, and on top of that, a lot of people don't understand is like when you volunteer for organizations like this, you can put it on your actual job resume of like, oh, I volunteer for this big organization where I help manage talent. Like, so it shows that you have managerial skills, you have organizational skills. So it's kind of worth actually coming out to an event and helping. So anime is still a big part of conventions. Oh, sorry. You personally also love to cosplay. What has been one of the hardest cosplays for you to do?
Oh man. Doctor Strange by far. It's got a lot of pieces and parts to it. Doing like the hair dye and everything for it. The cloak is so incredibly hot and heavy. It's like wearing a quilt, and it's secured by magnets.
Oh, I know that,
yeah. So those are like really incredible, really difficult to work with. So yeah.
Yeah, because I saw them online. It looked really awesome. So this year's guest list is really packed with a lot of great talent. How did you get that all put together? Like we said, we've been interviewing the talent all weekend, and it's really, really good selection of talent. How did you get that all to work out? Especially, we've had some last minute and replacement additions.
We have a really great team behind the scenes that reach out to all of our guests and bring in all of our talent. We work with a lot of different agencies to make it all happen, and we're just really grateful that all of our guests love Ohayocon so much, and they all put out a good word in the industry, and all of the guests just really want to come.
And that's the best part. So what are your memories of the 20th anniversary year in 2020 of Ohayocon? How much fun was it that, and those cherished memories from the year? Because we celebrated 20 years of Ohayocon. We did the Roaring 20s, which was a really cool theme. So what was one of your favorite memories from working that year?
It's got to be the roast. The culmination of 20 years of roasts, having just pretty much every roaster on stage at one time. It was just a very incredible experience, getting to relive all of those memories while at the same time, getting so many people together in one room that, many of which we hadn't seen in several years. Right. So it was just such a great time.
Yeah, I remember seeing the guest list when we did the guest list in 2020. I was like, there is way more than normal for an Ohayocon. So this was like really a special treat for the 2020 year. That was a really special treat. So in our last year, then last year in 2022, how hard was it to put the show together with variants of COVID going on and keeping everybody safe and all that type of stuff? Because, the reason why everybody's still masked up is because we still have a lot of people that are immunocompromised but still want to help the convention, so on and so forth. So how hard was it to put on the convention last year?
Incredibly. That was my first year taking over as convention chairman. And it was coming off of a year that we didn't have an in-person show, coming back to in-person events. It was just a very incredibly difficult experience, especially in terms of, like you said, the health industry, making sure we had the correct policies in place and enforced. And that was right at the height of Omicron, which was spreading like wildfire. So it was just a very uncertain time for everything. So we got through it though, and I'm just very grateful, like I said, for my amazing team that is around me.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we always have to reiterate is that there's a team of people behind every executive at every branch of a convention, is that there's a really good team. So it's always cool to hear how good the team is. So not only Ohayocon, tell us about your role at Otakon, working with John Holscher and the musical atmosphere about that.
Yeah, so in the last year, they started a Korean team, Korean guest relations team at Otakon. I was fortunate enough to be able to join that team. It is a very new thing, especially for the anime convention industry, bringing in K-pop guests.
Yeah.
It was just an absolute like once in a lifetime experience. Like honestly, being able to assist with that stuff and you know bringing in a very different type of guest than we normally interact with, and it's a very different culture from what we typically experience in an anime convention.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I saw what Holscher was talking about online of what he was bringing in for Otakon, and I was like, these are some really good acts. So I'm hoping that it continues to spread across the country of more K-pop and other musical guests coming in from out of the country and not being just stuck on the East and West Coast, but potentially going through the middle of the country as well. So kind of wrapping things up, where can we follow Ohayocon online to know about any more events?
We're on every social media. It's either at Ohayocon or at Ohayocon official.
And of course, we have the awesome Discord as well.
Yep, or discord.gg/Ohayocon.
Alrighty, Cody, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.